The brain is a large mass of nerve tissue and arguably the most complex organ in the body. It is what allows humans to process emotion and speech while also regulating behavior. Additionally, the brain controls both involuntary and voluntary actions throughout the body, including the vital functions of respiration and heart rate. White matter tissue contains nerve fibers, primarily made up of myelinated axons, that act similarly to bundles of insulated electrical wires, which carry messages from one part of the brain to another. Tracts are generally classified into 3 categories, or subgroups: projection, association, and commisural. And it is through these tracts that regions of the cerebral cortex are able to communicate with other parts of the brain, the spinal cord, and the brainstem. Originally defined in the early 1900s by the German anatomist Corbinian Brodmann, the Brodmann areas divide the cortex of the brain into different regions based on cytoarchitecture. Brodmann studied the cell layers, looking at cell size, spacing, density, and structure from region to region, separating the brain into 52 different areas. Brodmann's numbered areas are still widely used as a way to label and differentiate areas of the human brain. The brain has 3 main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem, with many distinct and important areas within each of these sections. The cerebrum is the main portion of the brain and is divided into right and left hemispheres. It is responsible for higher-order functioning. The cerebellum is responsible for voluntary movements, like balance and coordination. The brainstem is responsible for regulating vital functions, like heart rate and respiration.
After a long, stressful day, you find yourself feeling tired, moody. Something feels off, but you know exactly what this is. Another migraine is barreling towards you like a freight train, and for millions of people around the world, these recurring and painful headaches can be severe enough to disrupt everyday life. The brain is capable of generating trillions of electrical messages every second. But stress, both daily and from major life events, can be so harmful that it wreaks havoc not only on the mind, but the body. Those seemingly innocent moments of everyday stress cause the body to flood itself with hormones. The heart pounds faster, blood pressure rises, lungs breathe quicker, and muscles tighten, and we're essentially revving up for no reason. Stress is the most common trigger for people with migraines, and has the power to initiate, worsen, and increase the frequency of attacks. During the first phase of a migraine, called the prodrome, brain activity becomes abnormal and erratic. Like a warning sign of an oncoming attack, migraine sufferers commonly experience the prodrome as neck stiffness, mood changes, and fatigue. As the prodrome loosens its grip, a rolling, wave-like blackout may sweep across the surface of the brain as an aura. Along with tingling and numbness in parts of the body, those experiencing an aura may see visual disturbances like flashing lights, zigzag lines, or blind spots in their field of vision. Less than an hour later, chemicals in the brain turn the aura into a migraine attack. Just the stress and thought of suffering through a throbbing headache, along with other symptoms like dizziness, nausea, vomiting, and sensitivity to light and sound, can worsen and intensify a migraine. After the attack, the brain is in such dire need of recovery that it undergoes the last hibernation-like phase of a migraine, called the postdrome. For some, the postdrome may be as disabling as the migraine attack itself, leaving the person in a worn-out, hangover-like state of achiness and weakness for hours or days. It's hard to predict when a migraine will strike again, but with doctor-recommended treatment, smart lifestyle choices, strong social support, and stress reduction strategies like relaxation techniques, biofeedback, and cognitive behavioral therapy, you can be better prepared when it does.